Hello everyone, and welcome to lesson 9 of HTML. And in this particular lesson we are going to look on HTML links. And what is a link? A link is the hypertext or hyperlink that helps a user to jump from one page to another. So a user can click while on one page, and once they click they can be able to visit another page within your website or from another external website. So this link allows you to interlink your web pages and hence creating a website. Alright, so the link can be in form of a text, or the link can be in form of an image, or the link can be a button or any other HTML element. And in case you want to link to your external website, then you'll have to provide the absolute URL for that external website that you want to link your website to. The syntax for adding the link in HTML is this as shown below here, where the href represents the URL of the page you are linking to. The link has three states: the unvisited link, which is a link which has not been clicked yet; the visited link is a link that has been clicked already; and the active link is a link that is about to be clicked. And the default color is, for the unvisited link it is blue, for the visited link it is purple, and for active link it is red. We are also going to look on how we can add the target attribute of the link. The target attribute of the link specifies where to open the linked page. And the target attribute takes four values: the self, the blank, the parent, and the top. So without further ado, let's get started and look at the practical example on how to add a link. So I'm going to head over to my Visual Studio here, and now this is my previous code, and below this I'm going to add a link, just one link, using the anchor tag. So the A is the anchor tag that is used to add the link. Within the anchor tag I'm going to add the link text and say about us. And then within the opening tag I'm going to add the href attribute, and within the quotation marks I'm going to specify the page that I should visit once I click on this text, and the page here is the about page. So you can see here I've created three pages. I have the about page, the application page, and the home page. Now I am on the home page and I want to link to the about page. So I type the name of the page here, and now I'm going to save. When I go back to my Visual Studio, to my web browser I mean, you can see that we have this one link that has been added here. And now when I click on it, it navigates me to the about page. And now I'm able to see the content of that about page displayed here. Another thing I want to do is to add the space around that body. So I'm going to add a style and say padding, and add the value 32 pixels. Now when I come in the page, in my home page, and refresh, you can see now there is some space between this edge and the text. That we shall look later when we look at CSS. Now I want to add the second link, and this time around I'm going to link to an external website. So I'm going to add another anchor tag, and within I'm going to say visit Code Archive. And since Code Archive is an external website, I need to provide the full URL, absolute URL of that website. So let's get to our browser and search for Code Archive and get the URL of Code Archive. So this is the website, and this is the web address or the URL. So let me close it now and come back to Visual Studio, and within the href here I'm going to add the URL of that external website. This URL is what we are calling the absolute URL to the external website. And now I'm going to save, and when I turn back to my page again, you're going to see we have a second link which has been added here. visit Code Archive. And now when I click on this link, I'm able to visit this external website right here. And by default, you can see it opens in the same tab. Now later on, when we look at CSS, we will look on how we can add a space in between this so that it does not appear joined together. The two links do not appear joined together. Alright, so then in the next, I'm going to add a third link here, and this time around, instead of using the text as a link, I'm going to use an image as a link. And to use an image as a link, in between this, instead of using text, I'm going to use the img. I'm going to insert an image here, and the source of the image, I give the image name. Let me say I want to link. I want to use this image right here, logo. So logo.jpg. Then I'm going to specify the image size. Let me use the style attribute, and then I'm going to say the width is 100 pixels and the height is 100 pixels. And now this image becomes a link because it is within the anchor tag. And then at the beginning, I'm going to specify the href. When this image is clicked, let me add an empty line here so that it becomes clear. So when this image is clicked, then I need to visit still Code Archive. So I'm going to copy the URL of Code Archive and put it again right here. So when I save and head back to my browser, you can see there is this image that has been added here. When I move my mouse over the image, it turns into a hand shape, showing it is a link. And when I click on it, I visit this website called Code Archive. So instead of using a text, you can as well use an image as a link, and once that image is clicked, it navigates the user to another page. Alright, so with that said, that's the end of this lesson on how to add images, how to add links into a web page. And in the next lesson, we will advance more on looking on the link types and the link attributes. Otherwise, thank you for joining the class and see you in the next lesson.